Greetings, YouTube. Happy late. We're talking super late. Sunday evening, Monday morning for so many of you, both in the Eastern time zone and across the pond. Maybe you're waking up. Happy Monday morning. Enjoy some tea and biscuits on me since I make that joke. And a lot of people say, Prof, that's really my breakfast today. And I'm like, okay. Guess American movie stereotypes are good for something when it comes to European dietary habits in the morning. But here's the deal. I've heard from a lot of people who have said, I hate the new Alliance quest, particularly if you're a map 5er like me. I think a lot of people do map 5. You hate this Hyperion, right? Really? I think this is a completely fair fight, except for the emphatic lock. Now, there are certain champions that really don't matter with this. Stark Spidey with the taunt still baits specials. And then you've got Symbiote Supreme that automatically nullifies as well. Those are two of the best options for this Hyperion fight. Some of the classic options like Magic and OG Vision, not so much because the emphatic lock just means you are 20 seconds away from gaining any power, and that can be the difference between winning and losing this fight. I have also seen a great fight by a Killmonger who was somehow able to get his special 2 not once but twice with enough power right as Hyperion was triggering his special 3, but that's one of those things that had he been a hit late or just a little bit of power earlier than that, he would have been wrecked. So, with that being said, a lot of people aren't happy with this new mini-boss. I get it. I am lucky to be in an alliance where a lot of people love to fight mini-bosses, so sometimes I forget the mini-boss is even open, and by the time the mini-boss was open and I found out about it, it was already taken down because I am with some seriously skilled people. But let's say that you hate Alliance Quest right now, and let's say that you hate Alliance War right now, which is a lot of people in the upper tiers. I've heard from people in like tier 12 who swear their alliance destroyed the map faster than they've ever seen. And that actually they like the new map better than the old map because the nodes are easier for most people and they can get through it quicker. So there's really a gap right now in the feedback I'm getting because I try to be objective, right? I don't want to just say the rain is falling, the game is going to heck, when some people in the easier tiers actually think there's an improvement in this new map. But of course, it's the people at the very top, in the Master and the Platinum and even in the Gold 1 alliances who are drowning and saying there are certain nodes that are BS. But I don't want to spend this video talking about that because I've spent enough of your time and enough videos talking about that. I want to talk about the positives about this month. You see, we are less than a month away from July 4th. And I'm going to hold off on making my full predictions for what we're going to see in a separate video. But basically, one thing that I think we're needing to prepare ourselves for is the same thing that we were reminded of on Christmas Eve 2018. If you recall, those of you who were Uncollected got a free 5-star class-based 1 out of 6 RNG Awakening Gem. Everybody who was Uncollected, and at that point there was no Cavalier, got the opportunity for the best free item. I don't expect a free item this time. Don't misunderstand me. But what I do expect is that if you want a shot at, say, the first chance for a 6-star class-based Awakening Gem, or maybe even another chance for what we saw on Cyber Monday, which was a 5-star generic Awakening Gem, one of the most valuable items in the game, you want to at least be Uncollected, if not Cavalier. Well, of course, that takes hundreds, if not thousands of units to achieve potions and revives. So I think I'm going to title this video something like, There's Never Been a Better Time to Push for Uncollected or Cavalier, or You Should Push for Uncollected or Cavalier before July 4th. That might be a better title. Because here's the deal. I said this before. Right now, we have this great gift known as the Fantastic Four Champion Use. And let's say, hypothetically, you have no energy refills left and you have almost no revives. Well, the first thing you should do is make it a goal every day to at least do enough fights to get you to the 4th out of 5th milestone, is it? Let's go to milestones. 1, and then we've got 2, and then we've got 3 and 4. Yeah, at least get to 152,000 points each day. That's 16 fights with the featured champion, and they've given us some good featured champions, like today's Wolverine, which is awesome. So that will give you each day, guaranteed, this is not some crystal you have to spend, a level 1 revive and 25 units, which is 5 units short of an energy refill. So you're basically getting about 1 free energy refill a day and 1 level 1 revive. On top of that, I would highly recommend that you hoard and save every single 4-hour crystal you can get. even though the RNG I feel like has been nerfed in these things, they still are a solid use of small energy refills, potions, and revives. And what I'm talking about, again, is the 4 hour. In this case, I have 507 uncollected ones still left, and I've actually built my 4 hour Cavalier ones all the way up to 351. Yes, a lot of gold will happen from these, but at the same time, you'll get some potions, you'll get some revives, and life will be better. You'll also get some small energy refills. So with that being said, I also think if you've got energy refills or you've got units, because you should also be grinding in the arena if you can, not only to get the Fantastic Four event points, but also to get more battle chips for, say, uncollected or regular arena crystals, you want to remind yourself that when it comes to the price of, say, team revives, let's just talk about the level 2 team revive. 100 units. This is 4 days, right? 4 days worth of the free Fantastic Four daily event. If you save the units for 4 days, you can look at it as every 4 days I get a free level 2 team revive. That's huge, especially if you're trying to push for Uncollected and, say, take down the Collector, or maybe you're pushing for Cavalier. The other thing I really want you to think about over the span of this video is taking advantage of the calendar this month, because we know July 4th is still, a few weeks off. And so I want you to look at this calendar and remind yourself that we still have another revive due, and we still have another team revive. So this is a level 2 team revive and a level 2 revive. So between these revives, along with the units, which you can use either on energy refills or additional team revives. If you're out of revives or if you're out of team revives, I would strongly recommend that you spend your units on those to push. You can get really close. You also want to practice. There are so many amazing tutorials out there on YouTube on so many great MCOC YouTubers channels to both prepare you for the Collector or for the easiest paths to become Cavalier. My guess is that Kabam is going to separate the best of the best rewards on July 4th from the others. And I think there's probably a good chance that Cavalier will be the title you'll need to take advantage of the best rewards and the best offers. Maybe it's Uncollected, but my guess is there's a good chance it's Cavalier. If you don't do this, and you see that you could have had a chance to get a 6-star Awakening Gem or a 5-star generic Awakening Gem, and the only reason why you can't get it is because you didn't use the next couple of weeks to grind to become either Uncollected or Cavalier, you're going to have some remorse. You're going to have some regret. So let me help you avoid that bad mental state and do yourself a favor. And if you don't want to do Alliance Quest, if you don't want to do Alliance War, and you feel like your Alliance is going to keep you from this, I'd say go Alliance free for a couple weeks. It's not like there's a huge Alliance event this month that you need. The rifts aren't Alliance dependent, unlike last month or even some months before. But the bottom line is there's never been a better time to push to be Uncollected and Cavalier. You've got free revive every day. You've got revives coming in the calendar, team revives, and on top of that, a ton of units you can use for one team revive every 4 days, along with hoarding those 4-hour crystals to get additional potions and revives. Take my advice if you haven't already done so with Cavalier and Uncollected. Push yourself and reap the benefits on July 4th. Even if you're a free-to-play player, you can still take advantage of hopefully some really solid unit-based deals, because those unit-based deals are also becoming more common, the ones that are either Uncollected or particularly Cavalier specific. You don't have that title, you're not seeing the best deal, so do yourself a favor, see the best deals, push now before July 4th, become Uncollected, become Cavalier, you'll be glad you did.